Hello, beautiful patriots.
Hello, Patriots, Nons, digital soldiers, and proud deplorables.
This is Carrie.
And this is Joel
And we are the Quiet Boys.
of Truth.
All right, that was Guitarzan on that intro music. Remember, guys, part of this great awakening is taking back the music industry. So go subscribe, hit that like button. We'll leave that description for you. Definitely want to check out Guitarzan's YouTube channel.
Yeah. So, breaking news.
On this first day of October. You want to tell him, Joel, or should I?
Guys.
Poor Joel.
I got the COVID. I got the Rona.
Yep, he's got it, guys. And
oh no,
our 8-year-old son as well. So, yeah. Happy October.
Yeah, Red October.
That's our October surprise.
Surprise, you got the CCP virus.
Because seriously, I was not expecting this. But, okay, so Joel, tell them.
Well, you weren't expecting it.
I wasn't expecting us to, I just wasn't, Tell them what happened when you spoke with the person on the phone today.
Which part?
So Joel asked them if it would be possible to acquire some HCQ.
Oh yeah, I was just
what's
out
wrong
of curiosity.
with that?
Just
right?
Wanted to know, right?
Right. And what was the response that you got?
The response that I got was
that it is not an available option
at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, right. So we asked, well, then what medication should they be taking? And the answer
this is great.
was over the counter.
Over the counter.
Anything over the counter, ibuprofen, Tylenol, just basically things to make you comfortable. Things that you would take when you have maybe like a cold or flu. Those type of over the counter things is the recommendation. Now, we're not trying to downplay the effects that this is having on elderly people or people who are already very sick. So if you do have family members in that situation, that's an entirely different thing there, right?
Yeah.
But the real thing here that's going on is that people are getting this. People have it in our household right now, and they are pretty much, for the most part, fine.
Right.
Our son is running around with, as much energy as he always has.
Right.
He's not acting sick hardly at all. The only indicator is that he has a cough.
Thanks, China.
He had a slight fever for 2 nights in a row, and that's it. He's had the flu, and it's been much, much worse.
Right, right.
Much more pronounced symptoms than what is going on right now. So I'm sorry, honey, but I think you're going to make it.
You're sorry I'm going to make it?
No, I said that didn't come out right.
No, it did not. But it was funny.
I'm sorry that you have COVID, but
excuse me?
I'm glad you're going to be okay.
This is the China virus that I have.
CCP.
It was made in China, therefore it's not going to last very long. So I'll be all right.
Good one, Joel. Good one.
Well.
And who do you think China wants to win this election?
Oh, let me guess.
I think
Trump?
Biden.
Oh wait, Biden. Of course they want Biden.
Yeah, so it makes sense that they would create a virus not to kill people, but to mess with the election.
That's right.
Which is exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
Okay, guys. Oh my gosh. So much to cover on this first day of October.
Mm-hmm.
So much. Where should we start, Joel?
Where do you want to start, Carrie?
I was thinking we could start with the Project Veritas bombshell that came out on Tuesday.
All right.
So, as you guys probably saw, Project Veritas released some footage of ballot harvesters in Minneapolis who are possibly connected to Ilhan Omar's campaign. Now, apparently, this is an ongoing open secret in the Somali community. So these people are going around and handing out cash for ballots. Okay.
Right.
They're also going into voting booths with people because apparently it's okay to have an interpreter with you when you go to vote. So they're going into the actual voting booth and telling people who to vote for. The other thing they're doing is they're preying on the senior citizen population. So there was one gal on here that you might have seen on Project Veritas who basically talked about this whole community, like an apartment complex of senior citizens. And these guys would just go and knock on their doors and basically make them hand over their ballots.
Right.
So they're preying on the vulnerable elderly population. So that's just a few of the tactics that they're using. And, you know, this is crazy. It's an open secret. Everybody in this community knows that it's going on. And now Project Veritas has actual proof. They've caught them.
I mean, look at this picture right here.
Actually doing this.
Now take this money for your pocket change.
Right. So let's play the short clip right there. This is a long video, but we're just going to play a little
clips
snippet.
Down here.
There's your word, Joel.
There, oh, snippet.
Yeah.
My word, snippet. All right, let me get this zoomed in for you guys so you can really get a good look-see. And I'll go ahead and play this for you guys.
Project Veritas has received an explosive piece of tape. The tape you're about to see shows a man buying a registration form for an absentee ballot from a voter, giving him, quote, pocket money, unquote, of $200 and expecting to collect his ballot when the voter receives it. In this next tape, we hear from another ballot harvester who tells us how much money he receives for his illegal activities. Activities he says he doesn't care are illegal.
So, yeah, you guys can kind of see what's going on there.
Can you make it so we can see this part right here? So down below, guys, I thought this quote was interesting. It says, "Nobody would say that Ilhan Omar isn't part of this," said Omar Jamal, a Somali community insider and the chairman of the Somali watchdog group. "Unless you're from a different planet, but if you live in this universe, I think everybody knows it." Now, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
this is just one example of the ballot harvesting that we are aware of that's taking place, right? I mean, they've been finding ballots that have been tossed into, there was one, like a bunch of ballots they found in a ditch, right?
Yeah.
They've also found a lot of Republican ballots that were thrown out at the dump, basically.
Yeah.
Somebody found them.
And the ones Trump was talking about, the military ballots that all had his name on it.
Yeah. These guys are that shady and that desperate that these are the lengths they're going to.
Because they suck.
All right. What else?
All right.
What else has been going on?
Oh,
in the last few
let's talk about
days?
this. Let's talk about this.
Okay. So as you guys know, we covered the debate on Tuesday evening. It was torture at times, right? A lot.
Yeah.
Some people had to just stop watching because it was just too much, you know?
Yeah.
And so during the debate, there was a point when Christopher Wallace, who was obviously clearly very biased, right? He was a terrible, terrible mediator, and that should never have been allowed to happen. He should never have been allowed to be that mediator because he's clearly biased against our president.
Well, he was clearly Joe Biden's nurse that night or something, or what do you call him? Like,
he was trying to take over the debate for Biden because he knew Biden wasn't up to the task.
He was Biden's crutch that night.
So seriously, so ever since the debate, the media has been running wild with the narrative that Trump is refusing to denounce white supremacist groups. That is it's absolutely ludicrous because as we know, Trump has condemned white supremacists multiple times.
Yeah.
He has done it time and again. This is even on fact check, guys. So a fact checker fact checked the statement from Joe Biden. He said that Donald Trump has yet once to condemn white supremacy, the neo-Nazis. Now,
okay,
it goes on to say, so basically they're fact checking that statement. And the truth is that President Trump has done so many, many times. Okay. So this is what Biden said. This is his statement. He said, George, this was on February 9th. I honest to God believe they're going to change the nature of who we are for a long, long time. Our children are listening. The idea, the man who can belittle people, go on dividing us based on race, religion, ethnicity, based on all the things that, in fact, make up America, is just incredibly divisive. Who's actually doing that?
yeah,
They're doing that.
Yeah.
You see these white supremacists coming out from under the rocks. He's yet once to condemn white supremacy, the neo-Nazis. He hasn't condemned a darn thing. He has given them oxygen, and that's what's going to continue to happen. That's who this guy is. He has no basic American values. He doesn't understand the American code.
Okay. Well, let's go down here a little bit.
Gosh, wait. We have to look at what he said. So Biden said that Trump's comments in the aftermath of the Charlottesville rally are what convinced him to run for president. I'm sorry, I'm going to call BS on that one, but says in a video announcing his candidacy, Biden said Trump's very fine people on both sides comment assigned a moral equivalence between those spreading hate and those with the courage to stand against it, and shocked the conscience of the nation. Now, guys, as we all know, that statement was completely taken out of context, just like they do with everything. Right, Joel?
Yeah.
So what Trump was talking about was the people that came out there to actually peacefully protest, right? There were actually people who went and got a permit to peacefully protest the taking down of the statue of Robert E. Lee, right? And that's what Trump was talking about when he said there were very fine people on both sides. And then he clearly went on to say, let's see, where is it? Oh, this one.
Oh, you want me to read that?
I'm just, because I'm sure they're tired of hearing my voice.
The day of that incident, Trump said, "We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. On many sides." Trump said he had spoken to Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, and we agreed that the hate and the division must stop, and must stop right now. We have to come together as Americans with love for our nation and true affection, really, and I say this so strongly, true affection for each other.
Okay, 2 days later on August 14th, 2017. So now we're going back 3 years, guys. Trump issued a statement from the White House and referred to KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans. Let's read his whole statement.
You want to read the whole statement?
Yeah, so this is from August 14th.
This is just a part of the statement, guys. But
this is the main part. This is what I meant.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you want to read this part? I just read that top.
Okay. So, and as I have said many times before, no matter the color of our skin, we all live under the same laws. We all salute the same great flag, and we are all made by the same Almighty God. We must love each other, show affection for each other, and unite together in condemnation of hatred, bigotry, and violence. We must rediscover the bonds of love and loyalty that bring us together as Americans. Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
We are a nation founded on the truth that all of us are created equal. We are equal in the eyes of our Creator. We are equal under the law, and we are equal under our Constitution. Those who spread violence in the name of bigotry strike at the very core of America. Now, why has the mainstream media, why is this nowhere to be found?
Well,
why are they continuing and perpetuating the narrative that Trump is refusing to condemn or denounce white supremacist groups?
because
he's clearly done that so many times before.
Right. I mean, basically what they're wanting us to do here is still fight each other. They're hoping that you haven't learned anything, because honestly, you can go to this place. This is whitehouse.gov, guys. And you can look at statements and releases under the law and justice category. And I want to show you something right here, because this was put out August 14th of 2017, guys, 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago.
This is the same statement, right?
This is the same statement, guys.
Of what we just read.
Yeah. Look, right here. As I said on Saturday, we condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. It has no place in America. Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs. So this is the whole thing, guys. And you can go read it. I don't know why somebody who works in the media would not have read this, especially if they're like a White House correspondent or whatever. Why would they spew that sick bile and throw it out to the American public like he's never denounced hate groups?
Right.
You can read it right here.
They know full well that he has.
In fact, we will leave you the link.
Is they're spinning the narrative, and they're taking everything out of context, and they're hoping that people will be either too busy or too lazy to go look it up for themselves.
Right.
Okay, guys. Right. Don't let that happen to your family and friends. Make sure they see this. Make sure they read this. Make sure they know how many times our president has denounced white supremacist groups. Our president is, oh gosh, it makes me just so mad.
Yeah, we'll leave this link so you guys can pull it up for him if you would like. It's really easy to find, though. I mean, it just kind of really, it's like a betrayal that somebody who is moderating the debates would not know this. It's
and he did know it. He does know it.
He does know it. He
still wanted to force President Trump to say it, right? He wanted to have control over the situation, and he wanted to show that control. And that's the only reason that he was trying to force President Trump to say it, you know? And so that's what the media is latching onto, the fact that President Trump did not come out and specifically say it in that moment. Why should he have had to when he's done it so many other times? Right. What he did say, he said, sure. He said, sure. He said that several times. Sure. And then he said,
done it.
He said that the groups needed to stand back and stand by. Okay. And what they're trying to say, guys, they're trying to say that is some type of secret code that he's trying to tell these white supremacist groups that he's really on their side. That is such utter BS. You know what I mean? Like, to me, when I hear stand back and stand by, what he's saying is that law and order must prevail. Get out of the way and let the police do their job.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, hey, yeah. Welcome, Lima Beans, Miss Honey Badger, God King Nobody Loser. Dude, you're not late. We actually just started a little bit ago. So welcome to the show. That's an OG Patriot right there, guys. Been with us since pretty much the beginning of our channel.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Honey Badger. That's so sweet.
But yeah, guys, August 14th, 2017, you can show this to anybody who's like, yeah, why doesn't Trump denounce them? Go show them this.
Exactly.
Show them this.
Then go to this other one, Joel. So I found this one. I thought it was kind of funny because it's written by lying dog-faced pony soldier. So this is a site called Granite Grok. I'm not sure what that's about, but it's Trump declared the KKK a domestic terrorist group days before the debate. Remember that, guys? So this kind of goes through some things. So I like that. That little meme right there.
If you're not rioting and looting, then you ain't Democrat.
Got that right, Joe.
Sleepy Creepy Joe.
All right, so here we go. From August 15th of 2020, this is a quote from our president, Donald J. Trump. Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans. Okay, then we have, let's see, from September 25th, 2020, President Donald Trump announced that he will also prosecute the KKK and Antifa as terrorist organizations and make lynching a national hate crime. So then on the 29th, as we were just talking about, Chris Wallace corners the president on national TV during the presidential debate and demands that he denounce white supremacists as evil.
What a little weasel. What a little weasel.
Yeah. Why else would he do that other than to assert dominance and control, trying to assert that over our president, you know, knowing full well how many times Trump has already done so.
I didn't trust Chris Wallace anyway. When I saw him in that photo, Nancy Pelosi was giving like talking points to him and other news anchors, and he was in that room. I stopped trusting him like a long time ago.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that brings us to the next thing before we go on to let's go ahead and read it. So Biden campaign, September 30th, the day after, guys, they have an ad ready to go linking Trump to white supremacy and alleges that he will not denounce it. The ad infers that Kyle Rittenhouse and the Proud Boys are white supremacists. Now, isn't it interesting that they had this ad ready to go the very next day after Chris Wallace corners the president on national TV, demands that they denounce him denounce white supremacists as evil, and then they have an ad ready to go the next day saying that he refuses to denounce it. It's such BS. I mean, anyone who can't see through this, you know?
Right.
It's just crazy. So this whole thing with the Proud Boys, right? So I saw President Trump being interviewed, and he said that he had never heard of the Proud Boys. And I was thinking the same thing, you know.
I've heard of the Proud Boys.
Heard the name thrown around here or there, but I never really knew who they were or if they were white supremacists or not.
Right.
Okay. So I kind of jumped around here a little bit, guys. So about the Proud Boys, on September 30th, so the day after the election, Wilford Wiley, who's a Black associate professor of poli-sci at Kentucky State University, says the Proud Boys are not white supremacists. He says that he describes them more as Western chauvinist and notes that their international chairman, Enrique Tarrio, is Black. So Riley said that about 10 to 20% of Proud Boys activists are people of color, a diverse racial composition that is extremely well known in law enforcement based on his research. And then he says, Enrico Tarrio, their overall leader, is a Black Cuban dude. The Proud Boys explicitly say they're not racist. They are an openly right-leaning group, and they'll openly fight you. They don't deny any of this. But saying they're white supremacist, if you're talking about a group of people, more than 10% people of color, and headed by an Afro-Latino guy, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does.
Right? And I would tend to agree with that. That doesn't make sense.
It's ridiculous. Okay? It's ridiculous.
Right. So then I skipped over this one, guys. Also on the 30th, Kyle Rittenhouse's lawyer announces a defamation lawsuit against Biden and Harris for libel over the implication that his client is a white supremacist. So,
wowie woo-wah. Oh, wow.
My goodness. If you guys did not watch Miss Kayleigh McEnany,
a little Spitfire.
She is absolutely a Spitfire, and she is just amazing, and she always knows exactly what to say to these supposed journalists, right, who are interviewing her and trying to make her look bad and trying to make our president look bad. And when they brought this up today, she straight gave them a piece of her mind and laid out the facts and talked about how many times Trump has denounced white supremacist groups in the past, and and the actions that he's taken.
It's like, why do you want somebody to keep saying that? It's like, the more times you say it, like, what's going to happen? Finally, you're going to believe it? No, what they're doing is trying to create a narrative to the public to make everybody think Trump is a racist, and he's not. Like, that's the whole thing. They know that, but they're trying to make this narrative that he is.
And this whole thing was just a ploy so that they could make an ad campaign about it. And imply that are not even imply, they're just straight out coming out and saying it, which is way even worse, Yeah. Which brings me to what Biden said during the debate. Remember that, guys? He said Antifa is not an organization, it's an idea.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
Isn't that crazy? Because we've got some patriots from Portland that would definitely say otherwise.
I think they would definitely disagree with that statement, because ideas don't burn down buildings and hit people over the head with baseball bats.
Yeah.
Now, do they? Ideas don't start wildfires or attack police officers either.
Yeah.
People who are organized and funded do those things. an organization.
That's crazy.
An anti-fascist organization created to destroy and spread hatred does that.
Hey, God King. Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, we've all got those people in our family. Some people that are close to us for sure.
We do.
It is what it is.
Yes, we do. And it's getting more and more frustrating the longer this goes on, that they can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But just like,
just wait. Have faith. Have faith.
I know. Trust the plan and all that. October surprises coming up, guys.
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. What about Q tweeting out Red October today? 15 seconds into October.
Yeah.
What about that?
That's
crazy. Did you guys see that? Let's show you that real quick. I know we're
really behind on Q posts, guys.
We definitely are,
mostly
guys,
because if you didn't hear the beginning, Joel has COVID.
I got the Rona. Here we go, guys. Red October, 15 seconds into October. Mm-hmm. Look at that. What do you think that could mean?
Well, I think we might have an idea what that means.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to speculate too much what I hope it means. I think we've talked about many times before, but I mean, I don't know for sure.
So. Yeah, Joe Huck. Yeah, that's the thing. And I think it was you who was saying about Antifa, or somebody was from Portland saying that, yeah, they are definitely organized and they're paid.
Right. And I mean, I don't think I'd really even heard of the Proud Boys, honestly.
I heard of them a year or two ago. Can't remember how long.
Do you know in what context you heard about them, or what?
No, not really, because
I feel like I've heard the name, but I don't remember anything specific about them.
Yeah. Did you want to get onto this next article, Carrie, over here?
Yeah, I suppose we could do that. So, is that the one about Comey testifying?
Oh, look at that. I think it is. Yeah, it's about Comey's little testimony there.
So this was yesterday, I believe, the 30th. Comey testified at a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, and apparently Comey has developed a very, very severe case of amnesia, guys, over the past 3 years, because he did not remember a damn thing about what happened.
They should have asked him what his name was. He probably wouldn't have remembered.
Yeah. So yeah, Joel, you need to don't feel bad.
No, I'm okay, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. The Rona, or the CCP virus, or Kung Flu, or the China virus, whatever you want to call it, came from China, whatever.
Yeah. So tell us what it's like.
So what it's like is like a very mild version of having the flu. I've had the flu before and felt a lot worse than I do right now. And I think I'm on the upswing of it because I'm starting to feel better, and it's only been like 2 or 3 days. But even at that, they told me they don't want me around anybody. I have to quarantine. Mm. Okay, whatever. I get it, But yeah, it's not as bad as the media has made it out to be. Now, that being said, I do understand how it can be detrimental to older people who have pre-existing conditions. Or
people with compromised immune systems.
Yeah, it's probably not a good thing. But for
that's
me,
just the same as the flu.
Me, myself, a strapping young buck. Why are you laughing? No, but
because
for
I
me,
totally agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay.
You,
All right. I'll take it. No, it's like a mild version of the flu. It's probably, I've had flus way worse than this. This is probably about as third of as bad as that.
Well, just the fact that they didn't say like you must rush to the emergency room,
right?
We come take this shot of whatever.
Yeah,
no, it was like just rest and get some over the counter, like
take some Tylenol,
ibuprofen,
some Mucinex.
That right there, tells you everything.
Yeah, it speaks volumes.
Okay, so
all right, let's
talk about Crossfire Hurricane, guys. So this article is, of course, from the Epic Times because they're pretty much the only news outlet that I have found that is actually reporting on this. So Comey claimed several times in this 4-hour-long judiciary hearing committee, he claimed, several times over and over that he didn't remember anything. So former FBI Director James Comey testified to Congress that he didn't know or didn't remember when asked numerous questions about issues with the investigation on alleged collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Comey presided over the probe in 2016 and 2017. The Russia probe was heavily criticized by the Justice Department's IG in major part for using unsubstantiated and contradicted information from the infamous Steele dossier to get a spying warrant on former Trump campaign aide Carter Page. The dossier was funded by the Democratic National Committee and the campaign of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Information that has cast yet more negative light on the probe has been released over the past months by Trump's intelligence chiefs. In the latest revelations, the supposed main source for, oh, this part was weird. I think they messed up. For the dossier was investigated by the FBI from 2009 to 2011 for being a national security threat because of his contact with a Russian intelligence operative and other issues. Did you guys get that? The main source for the fake dossier was a Russian intelligence operative, and the FBI was aware of this. Okay.
Wow.
Also, the intelligence community told Comey in September of 2016 about an intercepted Russian intelligence analysis that said Clinton was trying to tie Trump to Russian interference with the election. Comey pleaded ignorance on all of these issues, saying more than 20 times during his testimony that he either didn't know or didn't remember the answers to questions from the Senate Judiciary Committee.
Wow. Wow. Look at that. So, goes on to say, what astounds me the most is that the director of the FBI in charge of this investigation and involving a sitting president is completely clueless about any of the information obtained by his agency, said Senator Lindsey Graham, who presided over the hearing as the chair of the Judiciary Committee. The Trump probe was officially opened on July 31st, 2016, on a single suggestion that Russia offered help to the Trump campaign in the form of releasing before the election information damaging to Clinton. Around the same time, at least one FBI executive assistant director was briefed on the allegations contained in the dossier. According to information provided by then Assistant Special Agent in charge of public corruption at the New York field office to Michael Gaeta, the FBI handler of the dossier's author, former British agent Christopher Steele.
But Comey said he only learned of the dossier in late September of 2016 and that he didn't know about any specifics on what was done to verify the dossier. He also denied knowing that Clinton and the DNC funded the dossier, only that it was political opposition research funded. In August 2016, the CIA informed the FBI that Page was its cooperating contact. Page, who for some time worked in Russia, was passing to the US government information that eventually helped bust a Russian spy ring. But the FBI still used his contacts with Russian operatives as evidence against him in the spying warrant, never disclosing to the secret Foreign Intelligence Surveillance, or FISA court, which approved the warrant, Page's cooperation with the CIA. In fact, that's what Kevin Klein-Smith, right? I don't know if that's in here. I'm sure it is. He actually changed an email from the CIA to say that Page was not working for them.
Right.
When in fact, he absolutely was working in cooperation with the CIA. Comey said he didn't know about Page's relationship with the CIA.
Oh, come on, dude.
Right. So apparently, if you're that high up, you don't have to know anything about what's going on, right?
Apparently
Is that
not.
what's going on here? Okay. In December 2016, the CIA, FBI, and National Security Agency, NSA, worked on a report that assessed, meaning estimated, that Russia was meddling with the election. The report also estimated that Russia was trying to help Trump, though the NSA dissented on that point.
According to the IG, Comey pushed for including the dossier into the report, but the CIA opposed the idea as it considered the dossier internet rumor. Comey said he didn't remember that.
Of course not.
In the end, a summary of the dossier was attached to the report. On January 12, 2017, the FBI received a report saying one of the most expensive claims in the dossier was false and possibly part of a Russian disinformation campaign. Comey said he didn't know about that. Okay, dude.
So guys, this was in January. In January, the CIA was calling the dossier an internet rumor.
Yeah.
Okay. So then also in January, the FBI interviewed Steele's supposed main source, Washington-based business analyst Igor Danchenko, whom Graham called Igor the Russian spy. This is like literally like watching a movie, right?
Yeah.
This is craziness. How was this allowed to happen? Danchenko walked back much of what was claimed in the dossier. He made it clear to Steele that he had no proof to support the statements from his subsources and that it was just talk. Okay, so the information was word of mouth and hearsay, conversation that he had with friends over beers. This whole thing came from something that was not true.
Yeah.
Not confirmed,
Go figure.
not verified, not factual whatsoever. And everybody knew this in January. Some of the information in the dossier, Danchenko couldn't recognize at all. He didn't even know where it came from because it was totally just made up out of thin air.
Yeah.
At one point, Comey said that there was no, to my knowledge, surveillance of the Trump campaign. Really?
In fact, the campaign's communications were swept in an extensive surveillance operation that included national security letters, FISA applications, searches of the NSA database, sending informants to collect information from campaign associates, and even using a counterintelligence briefing with Trump himself to collect information on him. Comey's answers turns on the technicality that the campaign was never officially mentioned as the target, but instead people associated with the campaign were targeted using separate justifications. The overall investigation was open to target the campaign explicitly.
Obviously.
Comey said that if he knew what he knows now, he wouldn't have signed the warrant applications, but he maintained that the overall probe was conducted in an honest, competent, independent way. Comey repeatedly said he shared the senator's concerns about problems in the FISA process, but said the IG found problems with other applications too.
The other problems, guys, were paperwork issues such as typos and misstatements, and none of the errors rose to the point of invalidating the application, the FBI said in its response. By contrast, the FBI acknowledged that at least the 2 renewals of the page warrant were flawed to the point of being invalid and thus resulting in illegal surveillance. Now, keep in mind, these were the last 2 renewals of the page warrant that still included the dossier that they knew at this point was false.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is totally honest, competent, and like, what?
Yeah.
How can he even say that? How can he even go in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee, raise his right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and then say that bullshit?
Because he doesn't remember.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I think that if you don't remember that much, you should like be labeled incompetent, and you shouldn't have had that job in the first place.
So his excuse here, he's saying that the several layers of oversight, because they were imposed, such as the need for senior FBI and DOJ officials to approve all of these, papers, the warrants, all of that stuff. He's saying that that was actually a bad thing because it made him rely too much on others in the process to ensure the warrant applications were done properly. So he's saying that responsibility was diffused instead of concentrated on individual human beings. Okay, so it's basically saying that nobody was responsible.
Look at this last thing right here. He called for pushing the responsibility down to the case agents and line FBI lawyers. Now, does that sound like starting to turn on each other?
Oh yeah, well we knew
isn't that what that sounds like?
That they were going to turn on each other.
That's what that sounds like.
What do you guys think?
A little bit scared.
I think if you sign your name to something, you better make damn sure you know what the heck you're signing.
You can back it up.
So yeah, his whole little I don't remember and I don't know what I signed and blah blah blah.
I don't recall. Yeah. Okay, dude. Okay.
Right. Honestly though, I think Lindsey Graham did a really good job.
Yeah.
I was very, very proud of him. Mm-hmm. The way he questioned him, the things he was saying. I was a little on the fence about Senator Graham for a while there, but I think he did a fantastic job here. So, yeah. Woo.
Well,
that, guys.
how much time have we
I
spent
don't know, but
here?
we did save you guys from watching a 4-hour Senate Judiciary Committee hearing.
True.
So
Yeah.
I know that was a long article, but there's that, we saved you that 4 hours.
Mhm.
So the fact that the mainstream media is not covering 1 second of that hearing is absolutely, what's the word, Joel? What's the word I'm looking for here? Egregious? That's their word, right?
Disgusting.
It is. It's absolutely egregious and disgusting. And like, what a journalistic oversight.
Yeah.
How can they even pretend to be real journalists at this point if they are not covering this right here?
Yeah. Do we want to try to cover some of those Q drops that came out? Like, we left off a while back and we're kind of behind.
I don't know, man. How long have we
How
been
are you
rambling
guys
on
all
here?
feeling?
How are you guys feeling? Should we just end it here and talk about Q posts tomorrow, maybe? Or
Yeah,
do you guys want to go through a few? I think the last ones we went through were last Friday evening, so we've got quite a lot to cover, but
yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. We can go through some of those, or we can just bust through them tomorrow. We might just bust through them tomorrow.
I think maybe we should do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you do have COVID and you probably need to rest, Joel.
Got the COVID.
Oh, man.
Exactly. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. Did we have anything else pulled up that we wanted to show? Or
No, I think that was it. I think we went through everything. And
Okay.
like, as always, guys, we can we will leave all these links. We will leave you these links.
We'll definitely do that. Oh
you
yeah,
can pull 'em
so
up.
General Flynn went back to court on Tuesday. I didn't
there's
hear
been
a whole lot about that
happening
in the mainstream media either.
Yeah.
He went back to court. Basically, Judge Sullivan is absolutely refusing to drop the case. And the last I heard was that he was going to be setting another court date for next week. Did you ever hear if that happened? I think they're going back.
A lot of this stuff,
he has to go back.
like, yeah, it's pretty crazy, but I know they do bury a lot of this stuff and they don't want you looking at it. So they run different alternate headlines that they think,
like Trump refuses to denounce white supremacist
or
groups.
This whole COVID thing. I can officially make fun of it for real now, guys, because I have it. So I don't want to hear any like, but my feelings. I've got COVID. I can tell you what's up.
For real, though, it's true. I mean, you could definitely speak to it now because you experienced it.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna speak some truth to that power.
Now, do you think if you'd been wearing a mask this whole time, that you would still have COVID right now?
Yeah. Probably would have had it sooner.
You probably would have.
Probably would have had it sooner.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what time we're gonna be on tomorrow. I'll try to send out like an hour advance notice of when we go live, guys.
Yeah.
And we'll run through those Q posts. But also, if you guys haven't yet, it would be a good idea to prep up, stock up, get ready, because you never know what's going to happen. Just have some food, have some water, dry goods around. We're not like crazy prepper people ourselves,
absolutely not. But it's,
but it's
guys,
a good idea.
We all know that it's a good idea to be prepared. Not in a panicked sort of way, just to have some extra supplies on hand.
Yeah.
Especially water. I mean, that's the most important thing that we're going to need in case we can't get to the store or the water supply, for whatever reason.
Make sure you've got your own little supply. We
all want to be prepared. So
it's better to be safe than sorry. That's what they say, right?
And definitely stock up on that toilet paper. Just kidding.
Exactly. Get the toilet paper while you can, guys, while it's still available.
No, guys, get the essentials. Please have enough food and water and medical supplies, that kind of thing.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So I guess we're probably gonna end this one here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
If
also,
you guys...
I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has purchased a gold Q.
Oh yeah. Somebody got on there and bought a lot of stuff. Whoever did that, you guys are awesome.
You're an angel, and we're so appreciative to you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So amazing.
Thanks for supporting us. Yeah.
I hope you enjoy all of the stuff that you got. That's so cool.
I should have got me one of them gold Q masks.
It's not too late. Oh, well, yeah, it is too late for you.
Actually, I can understand how. No, I can't even understand. I just wear it and be like, sorry, I got the Rona. I have to wear this.
Oh, man.
It'd be like the only time I ever did, though.
Oh my gosh.
But all right.
Wait,
if
Viva Free. Ooh.
What's that?
I know someone was asking. Oh, God King Nobody Loser was asking if we've ever watched Viva. Is it Frey?
Viva Free? No, I haven't. I'll have to look into that.
Out. Thank you.
Yeah. If you guys ever want to send us any links or anything, you can at quietvoiceoftruth@gmail.com, and we can look at all of our stuff there, and we will do our best to get back to you. It gets pretty hectic around here sometimes, guys, so I know we've been slacking off on answering the comments and stuff, but we've just been so busy and also sick.
Yeah, we love you, though. We really love you.
Yes,
and
we do.
We
Absolutely.
pray that all of you are safe and well out there.
But yeah, we'll end it here. But if you do happen to be new here and you're enjoying our content, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and toggle the notification bell. That way you're notified when we put out new videos or decide to go live. Yeah, I think that wraps it up, right?
Oh, I was going to tell you guys real quick. So we had somebody ask us to please start a Venmo or PayPal. And so we went ahead and did that. So if maybe you don't want to buy a gold Q, anything, but you want to support us somehow, that would be super awesome and amazing. And so we wanted to give you a way to do that. So we'll put those in the description if anyone is interested.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. So that should do it, right?
Yeah, let's play some more guitars, Angel.
All right. Patriots and Nons, digital soldiers and proud deplorables. Please do not forget, where we go one,
we go all. Love you, Patriots.
Bye, Patriots.